This is a short tutorial on using translucent images as textures in Blender. Alright, take my old friend, the default cube. I'll delete that. What I'm going to do is add a couple of meshes. I'd like to add a plane. I like to make this a large plane, so I will scale this up to 10 by 10. Now I'll apply a texture to this. Let's see. I can minimize all these items that I don't need. Move over to the Properties menu. Give this a new material. To this material, I'll assign a texture based off of an image. I'll open that image. I'll use grass. Now we can't see it yet. I haven't set up the window, so I need to do that now. Change the display to GLSL. Change viewport shading to texture. Now I can see my beautiful texture. And I'm just going to do a couple cosmetic changes. It doesn't matter, but it's nice to see these again and again. Have this repeat 10 times by 10 times. Also, I don't like the shiny, so I will remove specular. Alright, now, this is just so I have a background to compare against. I'm going to add one more thing. I'll click up here. I'm going to add a plane, and this is where my transparency is going to happen. On this plane, I'd like to load another image. So, just like before, I'll create a new material. To that, I will add a texture. As before, I'll have that come from an image. And this time I'm going to load an image which has some alpha transparency built into it. If I show the alpha, you can see that part of it's supposed to be translucent, but you can't see that over here in the render window yet. So here's what we'll do. Going over back to the Materials tab, I'm going to change a few things. First, I'm going to change transparency. Bring alpha down to 0. I can't see it, but it's still there. I want the default material to have no effect. Over here, for the influence, turn on the alpha. There we go. Now the alpha is 100% determined by the texture itself, not by the material. You can see through. You notice I actually have some translucent parts on my image here, and some fully transparent parts. If it looks a little bit too dark, if the light's not hitting it just right, I can always go back and have this emit some of its own light. And there we go. Useful for a billboard or other simple messages or graphics you don't need to have in 3D.